Now, one of the questions you might have if you're making your own homemade wines is how long does this actually take? Well, let's find out. It just turned to 4 o'clock. I have nothing out. Nothing is ready in my kitchen. I'm going to go grab my wine kit and I'm going to video me making a kit and how long it takes to set up that primary. All right, basic supplies are out and I'm just going to sanitize my pail and all my equipment and then we can start mixing up that primary. Time, 4:02. All right, got my blender out and I'm just getting ready to get the bentonite going. So to do that, I'm going to use my blender method. The microwave is heating up that water. That's going to go into the primary. Already took a look at the instructions. Now I've done quite a few of the Vineco kits, so I definitely have an advantage there. But as of right now, it's 4:05 there on the time. So we'll mix up that bentonite and put all the juice in there and start filling up that RO water. Man, that smells good. That fresh juice always just smells so delicious. We'll give this bag a rinse too. I'm just going to fill it up with RO water and give it a swish before that's going to go in there too. That bag looks nice and clean. I think we got all the goodness out of there. Well, I'm just waiting for my reverse osmosis. That's going to be the bottleneck here. The rest of the primary is good to go, and I'm just going to take a primary reading for my hydrometer and then pitch the yeast. Oh, the time? 4:16. Well, we can definitely tell where the bottleneck is today. Clearly, I've drained the tank here, and the longest part of all of this is just going to be waiting for that RO water to go through the filters. All right, we finally got this thing filled up, so I'm just going to make sure it's mixed and I'll get a hydrometer reading. Looks like 1.062 and our EC 118 yeast. And we'll secure our lid. So the time is 4:27. And the kitchen is clean, as you can see behind me. Dishes are already done. That's drying in the rack. Primary is cooking. That's it. And keep in mind, this was all done while filming this video. All right, today is the day for secondary fermentation or to go into the carboy. The time is 2:26. Let's see how long this takes. As you can see behind me, there is no supplies or nothing ready. And the primary is still sitting down there. All right, I got all of my supplies in the kitchen that I need. So we're going to pop this thing off and check our hydrometer reading and see where that's at. Reading looks like it's 0.995. So according to the instructions, that's good to go into secondary. So I will start that racking over. All right, so the siphon finally finished. That took forever. There's not much left over at the bottom of the pail. It did mess up a little bit while I was taking and getting some of the other stuff ready with my other hand. I did pull a little bit of yeast or sediment in the bottom. Now I've done this before and there's been no side effects to it, so I'm just going to keep hoping that that works out for me today. Time is 2:44, so that's 18 minutes just to get that siphon going. So that's going to be clearly the longest part of our process today. Next off, we're just going to stir degas. I'm actually going to vacuum, do it with a vacuum sealer that makes the degassing a whole lot quicker. Then we got to add the sulfite and the sorbate. That's got to go in there, and then Kisasol is right after that. Listen to that fizz after I add sulfite sorbate. Better take and run that vacuum sealer again. All right, I think I've got this properly degassed here. We'll put the Kisasol and stir it some more. All right, that is it for today. We're going to put our airlock back on, and tomorrow we're going to add the Hydrometer. As for right now, I just have to clean up my mess inside the kitchen, and I'll get you the time when that is done. All right, we're all done. Time is 2:58, so that is 32 minutes today, and the majority of that was just waiting for the siphon to get the water, or to get the wine kind of transferred over. But you can see I've got everything cleaned up behind me. The carboy is in its home till tomorrow, where we're going to back sweeten, and we'll add the Hydrometer. But then it's got nothing left to do. Then settle out the sediment, get nice clean wine off the top. Today is back sweetening day and Hydrometer day. Shouldn't take long today. Time now is 4:07. Let's see if we can get this done in like 2-3 minutes. Just gonna have to sanitize my spoon and get that stuff out and get it inside there. There's our back sweetening goodness. Tempted to take a shot glass of this at one point in time. It smells so good. Well, that might be today. It looks like we're getting close to running out of room in our carboy here. And we are. Woohoo! Shot glass day is today. Well, that is right full. I don't know if I've ever had one that's full before. That's a first. It's quite interesting too. There's a lot of bubbles and stuff coming up. That is unique. Anyway, let's get the Hydrometer in there as well. You know, the other deal is why this one's probably fuller than it normally is due to my error. Oh boy. I'm going to have to use a wine thief to get some of this out of there. Anyway, like I was saying, this is probably an error of mine because I got some of that sediment in there, like I mentioned. So this is probably due to my own fault. Guess we will get the end of the back sweetening in there as well. Always take out too much and then add some back in. Okay, we're going to call that good for the time being. Looks like that's stable. And let's get the rest of our Hydrometer in there. Alright, let's get the last bit of juice goodness in there. And I'm saving some for me. I'm trying it today. Alright, so that's all stirred up properly. We will just put the rest of our wine, top it back up. Perfect. And the airlock can go back on. And we are done for today. The total time invested today to get that done, it's 4:15, so 8 minutes, not bad. Oh, that is sweet, but it is good. Probably go into some kind of diabetic shock, but that is delicious. Oh, I didn't include cleanup time, so cleanup time with me trying the back sweetening juice there, it is now 4:18, so we can add another 3 minutes to total for those of you that are keeping up. So today's the day where we're going to polish this carboy. The time right now is 1:54. Let's see how long it takes. Okay, so I also want to make sure that this wine lasts for a long time, so I am going to be putting 4 Camden tablets in the bottom of the carboy as per the instructions. Although the wine is nice and clear, there is definitely a pretty good cake there that we need to separate. And the polishing is going to help get this wine to its next level of clarity. You can kind of still see there is a little bit of floaty action going on inside there. Little tip here as well, if you don't want to hold this thing the entire time, just jam a rag in the top or a clean cloth. That'll keep it off the bottom. And when we put those Camden tablets in there, it'll also let you give this carboy a gentle swish to get that Camden all dissolved into our wine. That is one of the better siphon jobs I've got done. There is not much wine left over in there, and I did it without getting any sediment into my carboy here for the polish phase. I'm pretty pumped about this. Oh, I almost forgot about the time. It is 2:14, so that is 20 minutes today. And most of that time, again, just waiting for the siphon to siphon down. Today is bottle day. So I've got nothing set up behind me. As you can see, the counters are totally cleared off. There is nothing there. Time is 4:36. So I'm going to take and get all the supplies ready, get the bottles washed, and kind of get everything set up here so we're good to go. Okay, at this point, everything is set up and it's all sanitized and good to go. I'm going to leave those corks there for about 10 minutes just to let them soak up. They just go into the bottles a lot easier. And the time is 4:49, so we'll take an intermission here until 5 o'clock and then we'll be back. All right, time's 5:03. I think our corks have soaked long enough. The only thing left to do yet is sanitize the actual wand to fill the wine. So I'll do that now and we'll get her underway. And we're underway. There you go, chick. Here comes your Moscato again. Yeah, the wife will not do the camera thing. She calls this her wine glass. Time is 5:30 and everything is done except the cleanup. Got the carboy left. That's got to go back down into storage. And same with this stuff here, but not too bad. I'll let you know what the time is when we're all done with that. Oh, and for those of you wondering if polish makes a difference, take a look at the glass. It definitely helps to get that wine, that final stage of clear. So, this Vineco Moscato, and I'm not going to do a tasting today because we've made it plenty of times and it's awesome every time. 5:36 is the time for those keeping track. I think it's exactly an hour. And the Life Boss was out here helping today. Not on camera ever, but she'll be helping drink the wine.